Namaste everyone. Very warm welcome to Satsang today. Muji ji ki jai. Very good. Welcome. Very good to have all of you with us. And if this is your first time in Satsang, know that the way to ask questions is through the chat window. And I'll presume that everything is working well unless I hear otherwise. Namaste. Namaste. Amaya says all is well. Yes. Maybe is okay. So this week we've looked at so far, we've looked at the concept of surrender. Then yesterday we looked at inquiry. And I've been getting some correspondence about the person concept, about the person idea. So I feel today we can spend a little bit of time just looking at this idea. And if Ian is here, then we can also address some of the queries that he had yesterday. And if he's not, that's okay too. So one of the things I feel to talk about today is that even if we are all that is being witnessed, and even if we are something specific that is being witnessed. So if we say that we are this body that is being witnessed, and ultimately even if we say that I am this thought which is being witnessed, all of this phenomena, suppose we were to say, is completely real, and a part of this is me, even then can anyone show me a person? See? So we do not have to believe that anything is an illusion. We do not have to believe or force some belief that something is an illusion. If it is a clear insight arising within us, then it is okay to feel that. But to see that The phenomenal world is an illusion is not a prerequisite to be free from suffering. So even if we give complete reality to this, we give complete reality to the body. Even if we give complete reality to the thoughts and emotions, even then, can you show me this person? Herein lies the root of suffering. In this person idea lies the root of suffering. Namaste. Namaste. And I see a lot of struggle still happening in many from a personal perspective. A personal perspective in trying to understand this which is beyond the person. So, to you, I want to say that first, show me who is trying to understand. Where is this person who is trying so hard to understand? Is it the body which is trying to understand? Or is it a thought which is trying to understand? Is it an emotion which is trying to understand? What is trying to get this? Who is trying to understand this? See? So, first, let us start from there. Namaste. So, before trying to understand some content, before trying to gain some new knowledge, can we identify who is this which is trying to get some knowledge or get some understanding? And many times we create an aversion to this question. But I feel it is an essential question, more essential than trying to understand the content of it. Who is trying to get free? Very good, let's read the chat. So Atma says, where is it? Can't find anybody here exactly. Louis says, Father, it seems thought is trying to understand. Yes. But the thought is just a thought. It is a thought which arrives like words from the mouth. And it has a particular message. But can this energy, which is carrying this particular message, can it actually understand something? Does it have the potential to understand? So it cannot be a thought which is trying to understand. Can we locate this thought which is trying to understand? Golden Eagle says seeing. Seeing is trying to understand. But the seeing is just the pure seeing, the pure witnessing, awareness. Is it this awareness trying to understand? Does it have any knowledge at all? Is it concerned with anything at all? Kapil says, it seems it is intellectually understood that the person is not here. Yes. And it is not bad to intellectually understand, but today what we're trying to see for ourselves that the person is here or not. I'm not even saying, I'm not even saying in the beginning that the person is not there. But I'm saying, okay, give reality to all this phenomena. Suppose all of this is real. Even in this phenomena, show me what or where the person is. Yeah, so Golden Eagle says the seeing is just seeing, yes. The seeing has no interest in any knowledge, in any concept of freedom, in anything at all. Cornelia says, I do not know, yes. It's good. This do not know is much better than presuming that the person is there. To get to the do not know stage is very good actually. Amaya says, for the sake of looking, it seems there is a body, mind, emotion complex. Yes, yes, but don't let's break it down. Yes, so you say body, yes, body is here, and let's presume it's real. Mind, in the sense of there are thoughts, there are other similar energies like imagination, memories, they are there. Hmm? Then emotion is there. What makes it a complex? What makes it a complex? What makes it one organism? You see, where is this complex? Where is it located? Not I, but which is a response mechanism. The desire is to undo that computer thing that seems to act unconsciously. Yes. It seems like that, but today we are seeing through this game completely. We are seeing through the program completely. We are looking through the matrix. And Louis says, I don't know either if it is not thought trying. I don't know either if it is not thought trying. Can we find out where the trying is first? Where is the trying? And you say, Louis says, a sense of self. A sense of self is trying to understand. That's what we are looking for today. Hmm? Amaya says, you asked, yes. So also want to totally see through it. Very good. Very good. Yes, that's the whole idea. No? So don't worry, even if you say something and I seem to confront that idea, it is to just see through what is going on. Hmm? Very good. Atma says, nobody, no body here, Father, nobody can be found, nothing. Zoe says, it seems here that my imaginary self imagines a lack of understanding. Yes. My imaginary self imagines a lack of understanding. Yes. Or one of the attributes of this imagined one seems to be the lack of understanding. Yes. So you see, you've identified something very nice, and we should spend a couple of minutes on this. So there are two positions for this imagined one. Hmm? Two positions. One position it takes is that there is a lack of understanding. That the imagined one is not understood something. The second position it can take is that now it has understood. The imagined one will take the position of now it has understood. But the fact is that ultimately either is not true because it is still about the imagined one. That's why I say if it's still coming from a personal perspective, then it is not true. Because first, there must be a person whose perspective this is. Atma says just pure seeing. Louis says something is trying, Father. What is it? Something is trying, Father. What is it? Can we find this that is trying? How can you confirm that something is trying? What does this one that is trying look like? What is seen so that you can report that something is trying? Is there a sense of effort? Is there a sense of frustration? Is there a sense of some other feeling? And whatever the feeling might be, does it have a person attached to it? Does it have a person attached to it, or is it standing on its own? New streamer 535 says it is an old belief never looked at. Yes, exactly. That's why it's very important to look at. It is very important to look at. Golden Eagle says sense is intuition. Sense is intuition. Which sense are we talking about? The sense of the ego? No, the sense of the ego is not intuition. But the sense of pure being, like you say, just the beingness sense, the intuition arises from this pure sense of beingness. Yes. The intuition can be said to be the voice of this holy presence itself. Jenny says, Namaste, sorry to be late, no worries. Good. Louis says, standing on its own, thoughts and feelings, yes. And we presume that because this feeling is there, of trying to understand or of some frustration of trying to grasp to something, therefore a person must be there. We take that giant leap, which is actually an impossible leap. But in our imagination, we take this giant leap that because thought of frustration is there, hence there must be a person that is frustrated. And that is why we are looking today for this person. And in this looking, there will be so much peace. Because even the spiritual search starts with the presumption that it is a personal search. But it is only the spiritual search, when done truly and done with integrity and with faith, then leads to the this moment. In this moment, you will see that there has never been a person here. It's just like some feelings and some thoughts, and the body has been hanging in midair, in nothing at all, and we have claimed that nothing to be a person. Do we see this? Who is the thought speaking to? Who is the feeling communicating with? This one, can you find this one? And don't work hard. Don't work hard. Just simply check, who does this feeling belong to, or who does this thought belong to? Who is the thought speaking to? And I'm not using the word ego because we never believe, the ego itself, our ego is like that, which resists the concept that I ever believed myself to be an ego. But when I use the word person, then it is seen that I always believed myself to be a person, and we are looking for this person. Atma says, yes, Father, there is so much peace in this looking and seeing that there is no person here. Thank you. Golden Eagle says, yes, I see beingness. Yes. This personhood is more like a strange deja vu. Yes, very well put. Very good. It's a very strange idea. It's a very strange belief. And we wonder where it came from actually. Can anyone here tell me one thing that is clearly seen about this person? One attribute of this person that is seen. Any one thing. Atma says, Father, you make it so simple. Yes. Thank you. Stacy says, the sensations of tension and pain in this body are sometimes mistaken for a person. But each time I look, they are nothing and dissolve into nothingness. Yes. And today we are even taking it a step further. We are saying that suppose that the body is real and the pain in the body is also real. And we don't even need to say today that we are transcending anything. Suppose that all this tension, all the pain, the body, everything is completely real because it appears to be here. No, that's the objection that we get. It appears to be here, so how can we say that it is not real? So let's say, okay, it appears to be here, so it is real. It is appearing, so let's not argue with that. Now, where is the person appearing? Where is the person appearing and what does it look like? Because if it is an appearance, it must have an attribute, isn't it? Must have at least one attribute. Can you show me an object without any attribute? Can you show me anything in the phenomenal world without any attribute? Amaya says, name, form, sensations, and senses, and action for the sake of looking. Yes. So, name is there, form is there, sensations are there, senses are there, action seems to happen. Yes. But still, the seeming owner of all of this, which we have presumed is a person, what is the what is that? What does that look like? You see what I'm saying? So we are asking for who is the owner of all of this? Whose name is it? Whose form is this? Whose sensations are these? Whose thoughts are these? Whose imagination is this? And we have always presumed that it must be a person. So we're saying, can we find this one who is the claimant to all of this? The one that we presume all of this belongs to, is that a person? It's very good. So actually these are not the attributes which we are asking for. These are the sort of the symptoms. Yes. But what is the attribute of the disease itself? Zoe says nothing, nothing, nothing. Lucian says it is a beautiful looking. When looking for the person, all I get is some thin image like my face and something from memory. But it's more like trying to conjure a person than reality exactly. So there's again an image, isn't it? There's an image, but that just like any other thought, imagination, it is seen like that. Is it really the person to which all of this belongs? Yeah? See, see for your own self that even if all this phenomenal reality was to be completely real, see if you can find a person here. Maya says at attributes, yes. Atma says very simple looking and seeing of all of this, but there is nobody here to be possessor of all of these, yes. Yes. So today we are not calling the world an illusion because there seems to be a lot of resistance to this, and there's a debate which is never ending. So forget about that debate. Say that the world, phenomena, everything is appearing and hence must be real because I see it. No, I'm not arguing with that today. Hmm? But even in this, can you show me the person? Amaya says, yes, nothing, nothing, nothing. Yes. Very good. Very good. Atma says, possessor, yes. Golden Eagle says, person seems only a recognition that it never was and always is am. Yes. But is this am, or the sense that I am, hmm, is this am a person? Does it have any personal attributes? Or is it not just pure being itself? You see? Louis says, speechless father. Very good. Kapil also says the same thing. Don't know what to say. Exactly. Ustreamer 113 says, no person found, just seeing the looking. Yes, very good. Very good. Jenny says, just empty space with strong sensations and energies arising at the moment. Yet they belong to no one. Yes. Even to say strong is an interpretation. Yeah? Even to say strong is an interpretation. Very good. So there are energies and sensations which are arising. Their relative strength sometimes makes the person seem real. That's why I said that it's best not to believe an interpretation about it. Because in that sense of relativity, we seem to conjure up a person, which is exactly what you are saying. Yes, very good. Lucian says there's a thought that appears sometimes, but everybody believes it's real. Like that should somehow matter. Yes. This thought is just another thought. There was a time, like we said the other day in Satsang, there was a time that everybody believed that this phenomenal appearance of the world is flat. Everybody believed that. Does that make it true? Amaya says the confusion always seems to be why is being expressing all this personhood? Though don't really need to know since not I. Yes. Let's look at this. Why is being expressing this personhood? Yes. Suppose that, actually, this is seen here, that all time and space are projections of this being itself. All time and space are projections of this consciousness itself. Everything is arising from this root I am. And in this being, there arose an urge to become a traveler through time and space. to travel through time and space, to have this experience of traveling through time and space, what would it have to do? Can it actually become the time and space traveler? No, because all time and space is arising within it. So, what it does is it plays this game where it wears this veil of seeming ignorance, or we also call the helmet of virtual reality. So, it wears this veil of personhood, this belief of personhood. It then seems to navigate through this time and space. So, this person, which is just a veil with no substance at all, seems to be navigating through this realm of time and space. And in this time and space, all this experiencing does happen. So, being experiencing itself happens through this divine game. You see? But there comes a time where there has been enough of the playing. So, being itself is saying, I have had enough. And then this person idea is dissolving through, we can jokingly say, the last level in the game where you meet a master who says, who are you really? Wake up now. Wake up now. Who are you really? The master himself is also a projection in the same game. It appears within the game of time and space in this way. And it appears this way that actually it's only being playing this game with itself in its own creations called time and space. You see? Golden Eagle says, time and space pass through me. Yes, exactly. Okay, I missed some. Let me see. Golden Eagle said, hollow space flowing. Yes. Jaini says, is emptiness an attribute, Father? No. Emptiness is just a way to convey that there are no attributes. See? Because if emptiness would be an attribute, then it would not be empty anymore. It would own emptiness. You see? It is empty of all attributes, including emptiness. Emptiness is also just another pointing. It cannot, can the seeing be called empty? No. Can it be called full? No. It is just the pure seeing itself. Can the being be called empty or full? No. It is just another pointer. It is just another thorn which we are using to remove the older thorn. And then both are thrown away. Jayani says, Father, can you help here? The question arises, who sees this space? Who sees this space? Yes, we already answered part of this. So if the mind is creating a picture of space, sometimes the mind offers us a visual metaphor for awareness. It'll paint a picture like it's just black space, huge, vast expanse of black space. It'll offer us this picture and say, hey, this is awareness, I found it for you, isn't it? Or for someone else, it could conjure up pure white light, pure white light. So, see, this must be awareness. Or for someone else, it could be just heaven, angels singing. This is the realm of awareness itself. So all of these are just mind projections. It is never in the content of what is seen. And if we say space or emptiness, sometimes it is just as pointings. You see? So it is always the pure witnessing itself, the pure awareness itself. Don't buy any picture which the mind is painting. It is trying to be your ally now. It is trying to be your ally now and saying, I can show it to you. Here it is. And we see this beautiful image and see this must be it. It is way more beautiful than anything I could ever see. So therefore this must be it. But it is not true. It is the witnessing of even this. It is always only the witnessing of even this. Yes. Hope it's a little more clear, Jani. Otherwise, you can ask more. Golden Eagle says, time and space pass through me. Yes, we read that. Atma says, thank you, Father, for this explanation. Yes. Ishani says, Father, to be a person, need to go to past. Yes. So, in that sense, feel like a single word does not need to be spoken about it. Yes. It's very good. When the seeing is clear and we are completely now in the now, then we do not need to speak anything at all actually. Satsang could just become this silent satsang, this silent sitting. And ultimately, the presence of the Master is also felt right there. So it can be said no physical form of satsang is also needed then. Yes. But there must be something, still some confusion in someone here who is listening for whom these words are appearing like this. Either now or through the recording or any time, there must be some use of these words appearing for someone with the openness and yet some confusion about personhood. Otherwise, I have seen usually when I'm in a room of people and I sense no openness, and it's not even a conscious sensing, oh, no openness, it's not a judgment. It's just there, and you see that this tongue does not move at all, no words come out. So the Sadguru, which is using this mouth, using this body, does not waste its words. So if the words are coming, must be for something which is getting opened up here. Lonai says, something since yesterday, okay, let me start again. Since yesterday, it is like everything happens inside me. In capital, she said, which is not person me, yes. And everything is nothing but does not feel like awakening, yes. Have no presumptions about what awakening is. Carry no ideas about what an awakening is. Because this idea of an awakening or of something that should happen or of some fireworks or completely in a particular way that we've always imagined it to be or read from other people's experiences, don't presume any of this. In this moment, you are free, you are awake. The only bondage seems to be the believed bondage of thought, which is never real. You see? So, what must happen for you to be completely sure that you are free? What is the event that must happen to convince you of your freedom? Don't believe your mind's ideas of even the awakening. That's very good. And then Lunai says, every sound, every happening happens inside me. This is very good. and happen, not at all perfect. And I am also inside what is not happening exactly. Very good. Ustreamer004 Shrikant says, Namaste and love, Maharaj. Namaste, love to you too. Ginger says, the I thought is the last thought, Anantaji. You can say like that. The personal I thought is can be said to be the last thought, yes. Because when that is plucked out, then thoughts will still come. You see, thoughts will still come. But it is okay. The question was, is the last thorn? Yes. Yes, you can say like that. If this thorn is removed, then no other thorn has a place because the person idea itself is the ground in which all these thorns can be sown. Yes, you can say like that. That's good. And for those that are new to satsang, don't feel that you have to first pluck out all the other thorns and then this is the last one. Yeah? So if you plucked out the person idea itself, then it is all over. It could be in the first satsang itself. It could be in one glance. It could be in one glimpse of the truth. That the person idea dissolves. Atma says it is always only the witnessing of all. Yes. Cornelia says yes. To find this person, I need to remember the past or project into the future. Atma says, love you so much, Father. Love you too. Very good. Golden Eagle says, Master listening to the Master. Yes. Yes. But in this understanding, then it is seen that there is no Master at all. It is all one being itself. But I get what you're saying. It's good. Ishani says, yes, Father, at your feet. Thank you for your presence. That is here only to awaken the truth. Very welcome, my dear. And your presence also. Thank you for your presence also. Jayani says, somehow the same guy always wants clarification. There is only this emptiness which is neither full nor empty. It is just here, yes. It's very good. And it is okay. If the same guy also wants this clarification in satsang, it's good. Because maybe even this guy is sort of tired now and is waiting with bated breath for its own head to be cut off. So it's good that you bring this guy here and expose it. It's very good. You should never be shy to expose whatever is being coming up strongly or being revealed in satsang. Never be. I see all of you as only the self, irrespective of what the testimony might be. It's good for all this to be coming up and to get burnt in the fire of satsang. Very good. Yes, and Jaini says this guy wants to understand words like awareness, seeing, witnessing, but actually nothing computes. Just here, placing all in the fire, all is nothing. Yes, so today we are looking for this guy. Is it real at all? You see? So, because there seems to be this pattern to the thoughts that emerge, which are always grasping and trying to understand these concepts. So, the thought will say, I have now understood awareness. Or a thought will say, I can never understand awareness. Both of them mean nothing. And just because the thought is there doesn't mean that this guy is actually, there's a guy whose thought it is. Yeah? So that is the presumption that is made. Because the voice is there, hence there must be a mouth which is speaking also. This mouth actually is non-existent in this case. Very good. Very good. Atma says there is no master, only one being itself. Very good. Jenny says no, not at all. Really funny. I'm sorry, I don't remember what I said earlier. Deanan says yes, something still feels that a person is here, even though one can't be found. Putting into the fire. Very good. Yes. So don't presume to operate from the person idea till you find some evidence of this person. And the minute you find any evidence of this person, you send me a mail, you send me a message, do something, and we'll look at it together. But till you find some evidence, do not operate from the personal idea. And then the person will say, or the person will seem to say, but what will happen to the life of this person? Don't worry about even this, and you will see that everything is flowing so auspiciously. Don't operate from the space of this imagined one. Or you tell me that I see it is not imagined. It must be one of the two. So that is what I am imploring you to do in some sense today. I'm not really imploring because I know all of this is just a game, but that is what I am imploring all of you to do right now today. Till you find some evidence of this person, do not operate as a person. Don't operate from the personal perspective. You see? Very good. Ginger says, exposing shame and arrogance rising in satsang. Very good. Very, very good. Because it takes integrity and honesty to expose like that in a seeming room full of 30 people to say, you know, that there is shame and also there is arrogance. And with this power of honesty and integrity, I can say that freedom is here. Freedom is here. Your light is shining now on all that seems to be hidden. You have given some space to some concepts to hide, and now you're shining your own light on it. And in the shining of this light itself, it is enough. Because the darkness cannot actually survive the presence of light. And you see that darkness never existed at all. It's very good. Very happy to read this. Zoe says, I'm beginning to appreciate the beauty of knowing nothing, nothing, nothing. Very good. Thank you, beloved Father, she says. Thank you too, my child. Thank you. Very good. Ginger says, they dance a terrible dance. Let them dance whatever they're dancing. Let them dance whatever you're dancing. You hold my hand and stay here. Nothing will happen. You see? Your Sadguru is holding your hand already. You and this Sadguru are the same actually. So let all this arrogance, shame, desire, concept, any concept, let them dance whatever they're dancing. Nothing will touch you now. Atma says, ha 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 for sending a mail. Yes, yes, yes. Don't operate from this personal idea. And anytime you feel that I have evidence that I am this person, you send me a message. All of you. This is open for all of you. Very good. Ginger says, but I know this is illusion. It is a habit, conditioning. Just exposing it in the light of this love. Very good. Exactly what we said. When you expose it in the light, then it will not last. Lunai says, also you, Ananta, is inside me, of course. Of course. It does not feel like awakening. It feels like a direct seeing of everything. Just drop any idea of awakening. Don't have any concept of awakening. Suppose you never heard the word before. There is no awakening. Suppose you never heard the word awakening. Then Jenny says, this guy doesn't exist for this seeming girl. Yes. Very good. Ustreamer113 says, beautiful. Thank you, Father. Very welcome, my dear. This is Stacy. Stacy says, so beautiful. Thank you, Father. Very welcome, my dear. Very good. Jenny says, Father, please put your foot on my head in quotes and crush it. Even this is an illusory request. Yes. In the game, it seems to play like this. Very good. Very nice. Louis says, Father, I don't think I can go to work now. Just stop at I don't think. And then let whatever has to unfold, unfold. You see? And I don't think means I don't give my belief to any thought. Naomi says, beautiful letting go of all thoughts and concepts of self. Just presence. Thank you. Very welcome. Very good. Jenny says, thank you. Very welcome. Kapil says the person here is assuming that will mean loss of interest in life. Yes. We said before you take on the personal perspective in anything, no matter what it is saying, thoughts are always presuming that you are operating from a personal perspective. So before you believe any thought, send me the evidence which you have about being a person. Send me any evidence which you might have that you are the one that this thought is speaking about. Because there are so many presumptions, so many lies in every thought. No, just if you look at this one also, it says that it will mean the loss of interest in life. As if life depended on a person's interest to live itself. Yeah. Also, that it will presume a loss itself is a lie. There are so much untruths that can be seen through in every thought. And then Kapil says, no evidence. Very good. Then this thought is not for you. It's like you got a wrong number on the phone, isn't it? You got a wrong number on the phone, and the voice is saying that you must now do this. You must not do this. It is saying all of this. You know, and you haven't checked who are you actually speaking to. You're actually just believing this wrong number and following everything it had to say. And you gave it a direct connection now to speak to you. So it's constantly speaking, and you're believing everything it is saying and following this. So the master is now telling you that this is a wrong number. It is a wrong connection which you have been believing all this long. It is that simple actually. You picked up the phone and it was a wrong number, but you never bothered to ask who are you talking to. So now it seems a little foolish initially because you have been talking to this or listening to this voice for so long. That is why initially the resistance comes. And I say, ask, who is this for? Ask, who is this for? You say, no, 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 it must be for me. I've been listening to this for so long. And say, but still, trust me, just ask, who is this for? And then you see it was never for you. You were never in this game at all. And then you can say, sorry, wrong number. But it is used to now speaking to you. So it does not stop talking, it tries to convince you, no, no, no. It is for you, it is for you. But now you've seen that this one who it is talking to is not there at all. It is just a wrong number. You see, it is that simple. Ustreamer113 says, this was a beautiful looking today and feel that strong sensations continue to seemingly pull me into illusions of person. Seemingly is good. As long as you see it is seemingly, it is good. We'll continue looking for today for who these sensations are arising. Stacy said this. Yes. Very good. Just to quickly just confirm. Yeah? Just quickly confirm. It's good. Every time something seems to be strong, just confirm. It's simple. Jyoti says, I like this phone analogy. Wrong number, yes. Very good. It is actually the wrong number. Amaya says, all arises and subsides in awareness, seeing. Yes. Surrendering, whatever gets annoyed, that person idea is still operating. Yes. Very good. You're surrendering this. Very good. And having to live with effects of unreal. Yes. I'm very happy to read this. Good to see that you're saying you're surrendering all of this. Very good. Thank you for taking it all. Very welcome. That's my job. Very good. Wrong number, yes. It's completely the wrong number, and we have never asked before satsang, who are you talking to? I like this example as well. Very nice. Ginger says, the wrong number, such good news. Yes, the best news. It was never about me. All that this voice has been saying through thoughts, all that it has been saying has never been about me. And there is no better news than this. Very, very good. All delusion has been this wrong number. Jayani says, Father, I just feel to expose that there seems to be still an interest in this play. But the person who is interested doesn't exist. Yes. Just giving it all to you, Father. Yes. So the interest is there. It can be there with the sense of wonder to see how it is going to unfold. In this way, we say that life becomes this game, this fun movie. There's a wonder to see how it's going to unfold. So much wonder in every moment. Yes. But when it becomes a personal interest, then it becomes fear, then it becomes regret, it becomes pride, it becomes anger. No? So when we look at it, and there can be this interest with a sense of wonder. That is why actually there has been no interest in any sort of yogic siddhis here. You know what they are? These super powers that are supposed to accompany so-called enlightenment. That you will get to know what the future is. You will get to know everything about everything. There is no interest here to find any of that out. No interest. Because there's so much wonder here, so much amazement at how such beauty is unfolding every single moment. And this is experiencing itself. You see? So nothing wrong with any of this sense of wonder, any of this interest, as long as there's no person involved. And if there's no person involved, then there can be no fear, anticipation, any of these. Jyoti says wrong number on the phantom phone. Yes, completely. Ishani says, love you, Father. Feel blessed to have your kind presence as myself. Love you too, my child. Very good. Amaya says, thank you so much. Love you, Father and Sangha. Love you too. Good. Stacy says, I love you, Father. I love you too. Thank you for guiding us home where we never actually left. Yes. You are home. You are home. Very good. Atma says, Jai, Jai, Jai. Yes. Your streamer 113 says, it's been one phantom phone conversation. Yes. Stacy said, yeah. Very good. Zoe says, so much love, Father. Nothing else to say. Very good. Thank you all so very much for beautiful satsang today. Mujiji ki jai. So much love to all of you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you. Raul says, beautiful to share / receive satsang in this interactive way, Ananta. This is right number. Thank you so much.